Hello and welcome to another Reggies Beers, Wines and Spirits review from a chilly beer room. Today I'm going to be reviewing Baltika, the Russian beer. It's got 7 on the front, I don't know if that means anything. Strength of 5.4%, which is quite decent for a lager, so I'm all up for that. Especially after a day at work, you need something strong, don't you? So, it's got this funny cap thing on it. See if it works. Has it worked? Or is it? Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, there we go. One was about to lose one's temper then. So last night I started to go through the beer reviews on the website, on the YouTube page obviously. I'm basically editing every single bloody description to include the Facebook page, the Facebook page, the Instagram page, and obviously if someone clicks on it and then doesn't know the page, doesn't really follow me, a link to the main YouTube page, and then say, oh please share, you know, and subscribe and all that. The quicker I get to 1,000 the better. But I can do it streaming off my phone. I've looked at these other streaming options, but I mean, I know computers and even I can't work them out. I tried, but I couldn't do it. So, that's golden pour on it. Whitehead, 5.4%. So, it's got that lager taste, lager aroma to it, rather. Hint of sweetness there. It tastes to me like a stronger version of Foster's. That's not a bad thing, because personally I think 4% is a bit, you know, a bit stronger these days. People like stronger stuff, and especially if you're at home and you don't mind having a stronger. I mean, we don't want to go Carlsberg Special Brew Strong, because some of that stuff's rancid. But I must do a review one day, but there's no way on God's green earth I'm buying 4 cans of it. Especially at the price it is. It's like £8 for 4 cans. It's bloody ridiculous. I'll have to see if my Sainsbury's contacts can get me some. So, I'm liking that. The alcohol content's quite nice. Smells like most of the lagers, to be fair. You know, you've got that light malt. People, when they describe lagers, say, "Oh, I can smell hay grass." You can in this, you know. What it does smell, it smells nice. It smells like what I would expect a lager, standard lager, to smell like, not a craft lager. And damn, it's cold. Not massive carbonation and lacing, but decent enough. I've had one of them days today where I'm ready. I drive a golf buggy at work. Yeah, a golf buggy. I mean, not a bloody fan, a buggy. And so the on-site client manager, he got in last week and he broke the bloody spring. He got in the spring. There was this awful noise, and he says, "Oh, that's me. That's my weight." And he's not fat, but. And anyway, driving up the road, and it did another creak, and I thought, bloody hell's that? Anyway, the next day, it did it again, this creak, and I thought, bloody hell. So I got out to look at it, and it's broke a spring on the back. So I said to them today, I says, yeah, and you got in last week, you broke a spring. But the upside of that is I've been spraying all week and I've had to walk round this, where I work, this bloody big house. It's like a posh housing estate, basically, in the middle of Nottingham. They pay extra money to have their, it's like a private housing estate, really. And, you know, there's 30 odd roads on there. Was there more? There might be more. And they have a handyman who does the gas lamps and whatever. The gardener, i.e. me, and the cleansing bloke who does the bins and the sweeping. And that's the thing. Then they have the office staff, but they aren't nothing to do with us, really. But yeah, very different. And yeah, I've been spraying weeds all day, and the people on there are very anti weed spraying. That's all right, but the job's got to be done. If they want their estate to look as prim and proper as they would like, then these things have to be done. And but you have to put signs everywhere because of dog walkers. I own a dog, so I can understand any worry about this glyphosate. But I'm the idiot spraying it, so you know I'm not overly worried by it. I'm not breathing it in. As long as you don't spray it on somebody, it's not that bad. But some of these people are really very anti. And so you have to keep moving the signs. And it's alright, but you know you ain't got anything to drive. You're having to walk up and down. Bloody hell, this week I have done a lot of mileage this week. Plus when you're walking with a big sprayer on your back, it's heavy as hell. And I did apply for a job somewhere else, and I didn't even get a bloody interview. And didn't make the shortlist. And the job I'm overqualified for. And so I think you get situations with jobs where you sometimes are a threat. I went for a job at another local council years ago now, about 4 years ago. And I went, and the bloke there, I knew him from the city council, and he was a lazy bleeder, bone idle. And he's obviously like a charger now. And their standard of work on Gedling Borough Council is shocking. Their gardeners, they must be half blind because the standard is crap. And, you know, I won't put no punches. It's rubbish. And there's a lot of people who think they're gardeners, but they know that they're not gardeners. You know, I went to college, I worked with brilliant gardeners, learnt from the best. You don't win Britain in blooms without being the best. And anyway, some of these people. But anyway, I went for the interview and I knew I won't get the job because I was too much of a threat to him. A much better gardener than what he was. Way too much of a threat. And I think this has happened again with this other job I went for. Too much of a threat. And that's not being big-headish. It's just, you know, sometimes I think they look at you and think, oh, I can't have him because he's set in his ways. Yeah, I'm very adaptable, to be honest, but I mean, I can adapt from beers to lagers to ciders and spirits, so what's not more adaptable than that? And wines. Anyway, back to the lager. Stop going off on a tangent. Oh. So it's nice, it's smooth. To me, it's like a stronger version of Foster's, like I've said. And I got this from Home Bargains, £1.29, something like that, which I think is a decent price for a decent, you know, a 500ml bottle. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's cold. Yeah, it's not bad at all. A little bit of a twang when you first take that mouthful, but very standard lager taste to it, just slightly stronger, in my opinion anyway. I may be wrong, but that's in my opinion. First one of the night. I dare say I'll have a couple more tonight. I'm trying to keep to 2 reviews a night, so I'm going to start attacking these bloody wines here at the side of me because I need to get rid of them. Partly because I want to do some more brewing. I've had a thought, think about it, and obviously spring and summer's coming up, and on a summer's night it's nice to crack open a pint of wine, as you do. I had a pint of pomegranate wine last night. I went down a treat. It In fact, I got in bed to watch Captain Marvel, and I woke up 2 or 3 hours later with the TV on still. So, and how many people do that? Put a film on they want to watch, a favourite film, as you say, and you wake up at the end. It is my number one thing I do. I love Harry Potter. I love Lord of the Rings. Not Lord of the Rings so much, to be honest, because they're long, drawn-out films. It took me about 10 attempts to watch Lord of the Rings because I just kept falling asleep. But I love the Marvel films as well. And I'll sit down, and because when I sit down, it's like I'm engrossed into the film. It's like being with a friend. And I sit down and I'm gone. I'll put some crappy documentary on about some rubbish, sit and watch the whole of it, and I don't feel sleepy at all. So the moral of that story is, if you can't sleep at nights, one, crack open the wine, or drink something different. If you need to have a drink sometimes to help you sleep, which a lot of people do, a lot of people take sleeping tablets. I can't fault anybody who does whatever they do to get to sleep, because sleep deprivation is a killer. But yeah, if you drink the same stuff every night, then your body gets used to it, and you could drink so much that, you know, it's not good for you. Drink something different, like drink some spirits, or drink some wine, or different wines as well. Don't drink the same wine, because you'll struggle to fall asleep. Sometimes I can have 1 pint of beer and I'm feeling it and I'm good to sleep. And yet other times, if I've had a few beers in a day, then try and drink a beer before at night, I don't feel it at all. And I did have problems sleeping, but now I'll have a little drink late at night, and it does help me, you know, get over that. Stops the stress and all that. That's my excuse anyway. Don't know if I'm just a drunk, but so I edited 70 videos last night, and I'm bearing in mind there's 1,000 reviews, but then there's probably about another 100 or so other videos, like haul videos and that. So bloody hell, it's going to be a slog. And I mean, from now on, what the extra writing that I'm doing will be added to every video, but I've just got to go through the back catalogue. And a lot of my videos, my early videos, I didn't hashtag, and it all helps promote your YouTube channel. So people out there watching you who think, I might try this YouTube, because we've all got something we're good at, or something we're knowledgeable at. It might not be beer, it might be, you know, it could be anything. Gardening, whatever trade you're doing. If you're knowledgeable at your trade, and you look at other YouTubers and see how they've got on. I mean, some people have the video in their house, you know, around the kids and the family. That to me is a bit of an intrusion of privacy, but, you know, I don't want people knowing that much about it. Talking on a camera, talking a bit about work and the funny things is very different to, you know, having it in your house and that, and, you know, documenting your everyday life. I know some people do it. Some people do it and make a lot of money off it. Somebody in Nottingham, Lad Baby, has got something like 800,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. And these people are making good money. They're not even going to work. They're making good money off YouTube, which, if that's what you want to do, I can't fault them. I mean, for me, if I could do it, I would. If I could get to the stage where I didn't go to work and just posted about beer videos, but also visited breweries, because there's where you expand. You don't just do beer reviews, you go to breweries. You interview managers of breweries and say, you know, what's your inspiration and all that. And I've done interviews on my website. I interviews with people who make emulators. So I've done all that in the past, and, you know, as somebody who's very interested themselves, genuinely interested, not just to make money off something, but genuinely interested. you know, it's like when I went to the Saddler's Brewery the other week. I was listening so intently to everything the bloke said, because I couldn't believe some of the stuff. You know, I didn't know, like, the malted barley, the different stages of the barley could produce different flavours. And that gobsmacked me. I was like, huh? And then about the hops and that, and it was so bloody interesting. I could listen to that bloke for hours, and I knew that he was so into his job. And just like I am as a gardener, I love gardening. I mean, I wish it was more well paid. I should have moved up the ladder years ago, but to be honest, don't want the stress of it. I could manage a firm, but do I really want that stress? Because then you take the stress home, and especially in certain firms, especially the last 3 firms I've worked for, you will be taking that stress home, because that is the way them companies work. Whereas a lot of firms, once you leave the firm, once you lock up, you know, go home at night, that's it, there's no worries. And that's how it should be, really. Shouldn't be taking the stress home. But anyway, back to this, 16 minutes. I'm sorry for yakking. I do like this lager. It's very standard tasting. Tastes just like at Foster's. A little bit of sweetness there. That strength, that 5.4%, yeah, it's there. You know, you can tell it's a bit more behind it than the likes of Foster's, but a decent lager, another good world lager, and it's from Russia, eh? And whilst Russia may be a protagonist on the world stage, you can't fault Putin for some of the stuff he does. You know, and he's made Russia a powerhouse again, whereas before him, their stock in the world shrank massively. Now he's gone back up again. I mean, the Americans did so much in Afghanistan, but the Russians bombed the bloody hell out of ISIS. And sometimes you need a leader that is a leader and turns around and says, look, I'm not taking none of that shit. I'm just going to bomb the fuck out of you, never mind what happens. And sometimes in the world, that's the way. Whether we all agree with it or not, that's another thing. I mean, we really now need a leader on climate change. But that's another thing, isn't it? I mean, as a gardener, you know, I'm doing, you know, in a little way, your bit to keep things growing and that. But men with power, people with money could do so much more. So, Baltika. Yeah, a nice world lager. A better version of Foster's, in my opinion. A stronger, 18 minutes, Jesus Christ. Stronger, with a nice sweet edge to it. Out of 5? 4.4 out of 5. Not a world beater, mind you, but decent enough. Thanks for watching. See you soon.